foxes! If you already know who I am, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me yet, I am Foxes and my family are the Foxes. And today I wanted to talk about a creepy story I have. Not a paranormal story, but a real-life event with a living person. I think that sometimes the living are much more scary than the dead. I feel like spirits, ghosts, and those kind of entities aren't going to hurt me. I've never met, for example, a demon. Never. I also feel like this is because I'm under protection from my angels. But like I said, that person really scared me much more than any entity ever scared me. It all began with a need for something to eat. I really needed to buy myself a milk substitute because I am lactose intolerant and I'm also vegan. So I really needed to buy this milk because I can't drink my morning coffee without it. It's just impossible for me to drink black coffee. To be honest, coffee is not delicious, but I always drink coconut rice milk. It's perfect for coffee. And there's just one store that sells this specific milk. And I found out that I haven't enough of it just really late in the day. So the sun already was going down and I really needed this milk. And I'm always very scared about going out alone during the night or during the late evening because it's so dark and Hanover is not the safest place. I really don't feel safe at all in Hanover during the night as a girl alone. Also because there were so many guys who hit on me. And you can say anything to them and they won't just go away. I always tell them that I'm not interested in guys, but they still stay. And that's honestly a lie because I am also attracted to guys. So I was going to this store. I was really scared about going to it in the dark as a girl alone, but I just had to do it for the coffee. The coffee, please. I need coffee in the morning. It's really important to me. The way to the store was very uneventful, just like when you're going there in bright daylight. Nothing happened. I went in the store, I got my milk and maybe something else. So I paid my milk and I went home again. Or I thought I could just go home again. Maybe in the middle of my way back home, there was a guy in front of me. An older guy and also smaller than me. He was walking really slow and he was just, like staggering. He was staggering. But on that point, I didn't think anything of it. You can be sick and you can be staggering, or you can be drunk, of course, but that was not the first thought I had. But then I got closer to him and he had this really strange aura, this really strange energy on him, and I was getting really anxious. But I also didn't want to seem rude to him and just overtake him really fast and just run away. I didn't want to do that, so I stayed behind him for a couple of minutes. But I was getting so very anxious and then my anxiety kicked in. I couldn't breathe properly anymore and I knew that I had to just be brave and overtake him. If not, run past him, just calmly walk past him like a normal person would do. So I came to the conclusion that I had to just walk past him really calmly, just calm down, don't look at him, don't make eye contact with him, just walk past him because I just couldn't stand that trail of bad energy he left behind on his way. It just made me feel so tight in my chest, and it gave me so much anxiety. I think you understand me. So I just walked past him. Finally, I did that. But out of the corner of my eye, I saw him looking at me. I saw him looking up and down at me. He was definitely checking me out, and I was feeling very uncomfortable, but I was just thinking, I'm past him now, I'm not behind him anymore, and I'm just going to go home. I then thought about the street lights that were in front of me, and I just begged, please be green. But as the time came where I reached the light, there was a red light. So I had to wait for it to pass and switch to green again. And I just thought to myself, please don't catch up, because I sort of knew that he would talk to me if he catches up. The light was never so long before. It was crazy. If you're in this situation, the whole waiting is insane. It definitely wasn't longer than before, but it seemed like it was longer. I also told myself that he was really slow on his feet and he wouldn't catch up on me. But I saw him getting closer and closer to me, as if he was speeding up to catch up on me. He succeeded in catching up at me and just stood beside me, eyeing me again up and down. And I was just like, please don't talk to me. He then looked at me and talked to me. And in this moment, my heart sunk. I didn't want to talk to him, but I didn't want to be rude and just ignore him. I'm just a person who wants to see the good in everyone, but he already had this bad aura around himself, and next time that happens to me, I wouldn't do it again. He just said, and maybe you know already that I'm from Germany, but this guy talked to me in English. I'm just going to play it out like he looked at me and he talked to me. He was on this side of me and he said, "Are you from the Ukraine?" Then I said, "No." "Are you from Bulgaria?" "No." "But you are not from Germany." "I was born and raised in Germany, but I often hear that I look Russian." "Oh yeah, you do look Russian. You do. You're very pretty." To that I didn't say anything, I just kinda chuckled a little. I felt very uncomfortable. "How old do you think I am?" "I don't know. Maybe 60? "Oh, very good, very good. You're good at that." "I'm 59. Again, I didn't say anything anymore. I was very uncomfortable. I just stood there and the light finally turned green. I didn't run across the street, I just walked very fast paced. And he suddenly could walk very fast paced as well. Like, what are you doing? I'm all for have respect and show respect to your elders, but in this moment I just thought about running away from him, but I think he would run after me as well. I probably would be much faster than him, but I don't want him to die. He's creepy, but I don't want him to suffocate or anything. I know what it's like to be old. Not that I'm old myself. I'm far from old. I'm pretty young, but I was working in a hospital for older people for a time, so I just kind of know what it's like. I can imagine what it's like. So now this guy was walking fast-paced beside me again, and he was just looking at me with those really thirsty eyes. I don't know how to explain it. Just really creepy and nasty. I could be his daughter. Then I was really close to my home and I told him that I am home now and I'm going to go now. He then blocked my way. Not that he did this or anything. He just then stood before me and suddenly confessed his love for me. He told me how freaking beautiful I am, and he also told me that he had a wife. He divorced his wife recently that he thinks I'm really pretty. He also told me that he had 7 kids. He really suddenly told me his whole life story. I didn't ask him. On that point, I was really nervous. I felt very bad. I didn't want to be rude to him. And I know that's a problem. In this situation, I could have been rude to him. I think that everyone would understand. This whole stuff about respect your elders is all good, but not if the elder is really making you feel uncomfortable and blocking your path. But I didn't. And that's a problem, I know that. As I wanted to walk past him again, and I was just like, no, I don't want to talk anymore. I just tried to push him away. He then started to grab me around my waist, like he was hugging me or treating me like his girlfriend, wife. I know what it's like with Alzheimer. In the elderly home, I also had a man who thought I was his wife, and he was also calling me by another female name. He didn't seem like he had Alzheimer's to me. At the end, I was like, no, I have to go now. My partner will be worried about me if I'm not coming home again. He then started asking me about children and what's my husband's name. And if my husband already touched me. I didn't say anything to that, but he just made his own story in his head, asking me if it was good. I tried to brush him off. At the end, he pulled me towards him and gave me a kiss. What is really disgusting, I didn't kiss him back, he just kissed me. And on that point, I just ran away. For whatever reason, he was walking on the street next to me, far pasting next to me on the street, and he was blowing kisses at me. And he was like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Maybe we will meet again. Like, no, please not. I don't want to meet you again. Thank you. He also told me that he was a neighbor of mine, but it was like 2 months ago and we didn't meet up. Thank goodness. But yes, that was the story about this creepy older man I met in the evening as I wanted to get my milk. And that's really something that scares me the most. Just being alone in the dark and getting hit on by a strange old guy or even younger guys. I don't really care. I just don't want to get hit on. But yeah, what do you think? Did you have similar experiences? Please let me know in the comments below. Please also don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification icon down below. I try to upload every single week. Also follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. I have them linked down below, and I'm also going to add the link to my Twitter on my end screen of this video, of every video. Also, please give me a big thumbs up. And until next time, I love you all very much and I am grateful for every single one of you. Until next time, I love you all very much. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. And maybe you saw the doll. That's my little new recording companion. Goodbye.